Well, that escalated quickly.
Well, it's another cold January weekend. I'm on a mission today to go to everyone's favorite cheap tool store and see if they have an engine hoist in stock. Unfortunately, their website's been halfway down for the past couple of days, so I don't know. I could just call ahead, but meh, retail therapy. I've been chatting with a few of the guys, and basically, it might actually be easier to just pull the entire drivetrain. Well, as expected, they didn't have them in stock over here, so I get to go back to Little Rock. Well, let's see if we fare any better over here. Welcome back to the garage. Kind of going old school format with the vlog style, but I have acquired, some assembly required, an engine hoist. I'm kind of looking forward to this, kind of not. Since we're still kind of in the middle of the winter hiatus, I figured I would go ahead and pull the drivetrain with some help, hopefully. It's a little bit further than I wanted to go this soon, but given how kind of cruddy the engine is anyway, pulling it out of the Jeep would give me an opportunity to get some of that junk off and find out where the actual leaks are, as well as get the transfer case and transmission out of there so I can go ahead and do the rebuild on both. Transmission needs it. Transfer case is kind of just bonus round, because if I'm going to go to the effort of pulling it, why not go ahead and just give it a quick refresh while I'm at it, you know? But then it becomes a slippery slope. I mean, if I'm going to have all this out, why not go ahead and take care of that clutch and flywheel and all that? I should just put a money counter up here at some point. Did not record any of that, but flip it around. This is the Harbor Freight 1-ton cherry picker, shop crane, whatever you want to call it, with a load spreader. This thing is a beast. These supports right here on both sides don't fit. You got to bust out your Gordon Freeman and pry those bolts at the bottom in such a way that it will actually line up. There is no other way to get those to work. But it's installed and it's ready for some action.
Well, that escalated quickly.
So a buddy of mine drove up from Texas for work, and he does old Jeep stuff and military vehicle stuff for fun, so he offered to help me pull the engine, transmission, and transfer case. So we've got the whole drivetrain apart, and it's a big mess in the garage. And this is a good thing. The transmission was the next big thing on this Jeep, and I was at an impasse. And I didn't think I was going to get into this until spring. But he was able to help me kind of jumpstart the project and push it forward. The Jeep, however, did not go easily. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of that whatsoever. I didn't know how he felt about being recorded or doing the YouTube thing. I didn't even go there. So I'm sorry you guys missed out on that. But at least the project has moved forward quite a bit. Now, as with all of these types of projects, you find stuff you didn't want to see, like this engine mount, you know, not exactly in good shape. I'll replace those while I'm at it. Might have forgotten to disconnect one of the throttle cables here, one of the throttle linkages, and yeah, that might have gotten slightly bent. Incidentally, I also need a new speedometer cable, not because we did anything wrong, but because someone did 30 years ago. So, overall, things you would have expected. So that's it for this one. Unfortunately, if this were like a serialized show, this would be a filler episode. Which is kind of a bummer, because that is a major development in the plot. Pulling the drivetrain took us about 3.5 hours, give or take, with a little bit of cleanup. I could not have done that alone, so thank you, David. I know that you were driving up from Dallas to do other things anyways, but that was a great help, so thank you. This is going to push the project forward sooner than I thought. So with the transmission and transfer case separated from the engine, I can go ahead and get those things thoroughly cleaned. Well, maybe steam cleaned. They're pretty bad. And that'll help me start the process of getting the transmission torn down and put back together. Same with the transfer case, it really just needs seals and a good cleaning. I don't think there's any significant wear and tear on it that warrants a major rebuild. So seals and such, and it'll be good to go again. Paint, I think. Paint. The engine just needs a touch-up on the outside, I think. But since I've got the thing apart, man, it really is just a slippery slope, isn't it? I might as well just do the clutch and flywheel and pressure plate and all of that while I'm here. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.